there, Shelley Tender here, Interpretive Services Manager with Medina County Park District, and I'm here to give you your weekly wildflower report. So spring is finally here, and the forest is coming alive with pops of color in the form of spring ephemerals. Ephemerals? What are those, you ask? Well, a spring ephemeral is a wildflower that's here for just a fleeting moment in time. So from 2 days to maybe a couple of weeks at most. So you need to get out often to see what's blooming, or you might miss something. Let's take a hike. So we're here at Hubbard Valley Park, which is a great place to see spring wildflowers. In fact, it's one of the best places to see spring wildflowers in Medina County parks. We have several parks that are great, but Hubbard Valley has quite a diversity and abundance of spring wildflowers. And as you can see, there is a lot of green out there on the forest floor popping up. But we're going to need to get down and take a closer look to see what's blooming. Sunny spots on the forest floor are a good place to start looking for things that are blooming. They'll be blooming probably faster than in shadier spots. This looks like a treasure trove right here. We have a number of different things. These bright green leaves are from ramps or wild leeks, a member of the onion family. They're pretty plentiful on the forest floor. You'll see them pretty much everywhere you go. They will not flower, however, until the leaves have withered and faded away. Sometime around June is when you'll see a flower. But right next to our leeks, we have the first shoots of Trillium. This one, there's a number of them here. Trillium grandiflorum, large white flowered trillium, is abundant here at Hubbard Valley Park. And some of these are just getting ready to open up. Here we have a plant called cut-leaved toothwort. It's just getting ready to bloom. You see it has these very long, slender leaves with serrated type edges. It is a member of the mustard family, so it'll have 4 petals. When the flower finally pops out, they range in color from pink to white. Most often it's white. It is also the host plant of an endangered butterfly called the West Virginia white. Here we have trout lily. Now last week I didn't even really see the leaves of this up on the forest floor, and today we have one that's just about ready to bloom. It gets its name because of its green and brown mottled leaves, which resemble a trout. And this one will most likely have a yellow bloom. There are trout lilies with a white bloom. Those are less common. But these are pretty abundant on the forest floor and will be for the next couple of weeks. This is purple cress. You can see that this one is blooming. This is a member of the mustard family, and you can tell those easily by the number of petals on the flower. They always have 4. This one can range in color from white to pink to purple. It's not always purple, even though it's called purple cress. Looks very much like another spring flower called spring cress. But one of the ways you can tell them apart is that the purple cress has these tiny little hairs on its stem. This is Harbinger of Spring, as its name implies. It is a sign of spring as one of our earliest emerging wildflowers on the forest floor. As it first emerges and comes up, it's very, very hard to see amongst the leaf litter. Flowers and stalks come up first, with leaves coming later. We're seeing the leaves starting to come up now. It's already been blooming for a week or more. What's kind of cool about these little ephemerals is that they are pollinated by native flies and bees whose emergences are timed to coincide with these flowers. Kind of a mutually beneficial relationship. They do some pollinating and in return get some food resources. See that bee back there. Here is Hepatica. Hepatica is a very delicate looking flower with petals numbering between 6 and 12 in individual flowers. It can also range in color from white to pink to a very dark purple. It gets its name from the lobed leaves, which resemble a liver. So hepa meaning liver, hepatica, that's where its name has come from. These are actually last year's leaves. The new leaves will be emerging soon, but the flower comes up before the new leaves. We've got Spring Beauty right here. If you look closely, you can see these pink lines along the petals. These little pink lines serve as like landing strips for small insects, flying insects that are going to be landing on this plant to find food and then also help pollinate it. So these pink lines direct the insects right towards the center of the flower where they can find what they need. This little flower coming up here with the white bud is called bloodroot. It is so named because of the red sap within its stem. Native Americans would have used that sap for a dye, even face paint. What I like about the bloodroot is how it comes out of the ground with its leaf hugging its stem. And as time goes by, that leaf will unfurl and open up real wide. And unlike many of the other wildflowers of spring, where all parts of it wither away and you can't even find them in summer, the leaves of the bloodroot will persist. So I'm here now at Allerdale, and pretty much everything that we saw coming up at Hubbard Valley is also coming up here, maybe slightly behind in bloom time. But there is one really cool flower that we did not see at Hubbard Valley that we can see here. Let's go take a look. So here's one that we did not see at Hubbard Valley, although it does grow there. This one is called blue cohosh. It comes up out of the ground in this purple maroon color. You can see that the flowers themselves are also maroon in color. Tends to grow in clumps like we see it here. And as the plant gets bigger, it will turn green and end up being close to 2 feet in height. It's a fairly tall wildflower. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tagging along. Please be sure to join me again next week as we take another walk in the woods to see what's blooming. Bye-bye.